Start like, hey, what's up, Twitch? How y'all doing, yo? We doing it. Beer is greater than work, says my shirt. I don't agree with that, because when you work hard, you play hard, and if the harder you work, the harder you sleep after you play. So the sleep and the play together would equal the work. So actually, work is greater than beer plus sleep. That's the equation. Anyway, Normie
and
Norm
SG gets super cranky if he doesn't sleep.
Hold on, one moment.
Go ahead, SG. Oh, look at this! I'm sitting far away from the microphone.
Hold on.
I'm gonna look at you front this week.
Stop looking at your. I gotta fix this.
I'm not looking at myself.
Yes, you are. I just saw you look at yourself. I saw you.
But the thing is, I'm not thinking I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at my peeps. I see them.
I saw you.
I see my peeps.
That was gross.
SJ.
Wait, I see. I didn't.
For real.
There was a reason. See, look at all my stuff. Fire with Fire, zip files.
Belt.
Yeah.
What's
that? Blue movie. These are all my files. Open. See, there's OBS.
Why are they up there?
I needed to put the freaking Twitch chat. That's why I had it open. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay.
Not necessarily gonna contest that at times.
Your mama is an idiot because she had you.
This is how it's gonna go week after week.
Is that a good whatchamacallit?
She will beat you down.
She will beat your ass.
Put my chat up here.
Listen,
I can't
woman.
See it. You better
listen,
get to work.
And then listen again, because I'm only gonna say this once. Shut up.
That has such a Scooby-Doo tendency.
That's why I can say it to you multiple times.
Ah, Scooby-Doo. How I worshipped those episodes as a kid.
Hey, girl. Give me a Scooby snack.
The new Scooby-Doo episodes are quite different. They put the modern world into it. They needed to leave them just to kind of how they were. Well, it would be nice, but I can't read chat because, you know.
Need to be quiet, and to be quiet. Yeah, Normie, before Brigitte.
Normie, hi, Normie.
Cuts me off again. Yes, after the R9 show, we could do an hour of whatever you want. Just call in and blah, blah, blah. We will continue to stream. It'll just be extra long stream. I'll change the thing. I wish this would work. Hold on, stupid thing. Unbelievable.
You're going to have to share that apple juice with me then.
I'll give you apple juice. Damn, why is this not working? Why is this not working? Why is this
Normie's on her own tonight? Is that why?
Yes.
Norm, we'll hang out with you
Norm.
as much as I can do it. I can do it today.
That's great. But yeah. Look at all my little things on me. Let's see. This is I don't know what that is.
You don't.
What is it? Where am I here? Over here. Yeah, what's that?
I have never in my entire life
template.
seen
I don't know what that is.
Many.
I don't know what that
desktop icons.
I think
this
is
you only knew how much.
This might be a template for like WordPress or something. Legal presentation. I don't know what that is.
SG has, and I'm taking a guess, probably
LJ,
200 desktop icons.
LJ, this guy, he's an actor. It's just a picture shot of him. I had to edit. That's the XSplit there, and that's OBS there. Document of richness.
Do they really want to know this?
I'm just going over my things. Where am I at here? Scripting list. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that is either. Probably just garbage. Gangs video. That's, you see like up on the top or in the background. That's what that is. That's that video. Wait, what just happened? Oh, there's something wrong with the color. But Fire with Fire. That's the original soundtrack. Right there.
Has that smoke always been on your ship?
Yes, that's how it came.
Oh my gosh.
Halo, I think there was some free, like 4 Halo tracks they had put up for free at one point, and I was like, oh, give me damn. Let's see, where am I? HTML5. That's a HTML5 template that I was messing with because I wanted to
the tour of SG's desktop. Yeah. How extremely
Blue poster movie credits. I did my partner Zoe sent me the credit list that needed to be going on the poster, the movie poster. You know how it has like the blam, and then
we should do another movie poster with the summer vibe.
Sure. You gonna wear a bikini and a thong?
I think not.
All right, then we're not doing it. Recycle bin. That's where all the garbage that Bridget talks. It goes right in there, and that's in garbage face. Zip files. I don't know what's in there. All right, so and Ty Client Chat says SG, careful you don't show your porn directory. Only fools save porn on their computer. Dang. Unless you live alone and you could save it all over the place, I guess.
Thanks, SG.
No problem, babe.
Explaining to me exactly what you do when you sit in here and you say you're working.
I'm working. You hear the beats be like boom boom pap to boom pap, and the piano be like bling blang bloom bloom bling doom doom blang bling 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 bling. I'm still trying to load the Twitch chat, okay?
ST,
okay?
I think you might need to give up.
No, I never give up, man. I
we
never surrender.
We are wasting perfectly good showtime here.
Opti says, let's see. What is that thing above the TV? Looks like packing cardboard molds. That's exactly what they are.
Pretty much, Opti.
I just didn't paint them. That's why they look like that. See, if I would have painted it white glossy, you'd be like, oh, that futuristic paneling from a spaceship.
They have a very organic feel.
Actually, it's good. If you have a room that's just a plain room with flat walls, you get more reflection. So the more stuff you put in your room to dissipate the sound, the better. That's why when you go into actual studios, they have things like this. They're usually made out of wood, but this works too because it dissipates the sound with all the different levels of the. So it's just a sound diffusion technique basically, and you make stuff look pretty and stuff. And also, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Amiibo. You can't see it because it's too bright.
We had our friends over here today, and Rocco's 10 years old that Steven's doing music with, and boy, he's eyeballing that Amiibo. He's like,
he was?
Yeah, he's like, I'm almost to the top, and then the Amiibo.
Oh, I didn't even pay.
It was cute.
It was cute.
Yes.
You know what's cute?
Don't belch. Again.
No, I wasn't. I'm done belching. The belching part of the show's over.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I got a question for you, Bridget.
Uh-oh.
Foam works well. Like yeah, I know. Foam is good for vocal booths and stuff, but foam it doesn't stay. It's hard to clean. If it gets dusty, it's hard to clean. Foam is good. Foam works, but there's better ways to insulate that they look better that cost less, because that stuff was it wasn't free. I mean, I bought stuff, but it came with it, so I used it instead of throwing it out. You know what I mean? So
recycled. Yes, SG.
Question, Bridget.
No.
Do you ever rant about anything besides like, oh my gosh, the oil spill in California, all of the seals and the seagulls? Rant. Something that's like dumb and trivial and is not really important to the world and our survival as a human race.
Yeah, every single
just
week
rant.
I do it here at
not
R9cast.
about me.
Every single week.
Not.
Last week was Coca-Cola.
That's not a rant. You read a story with information. I'm talking about a rant where what really burns my bottom? I am Bridget B, and I think the maple syrup should be free for all Canadians.
Oh, well, okay, fine. If you want to rant.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
So, speaking maple syrup, I have just been informed that they do not have an overabundance of maple syrup. So for you maple syrup lovers and you Canadians alike, apparently it's going to be sky high for the price of maple syrup. This is going to be really bad. We have one more can until my parents come back in 4 months from now. I'm just saying. We'll have to switch over to Vermont maple syrup. Also very good. This just happens to be my cousin that makes maple syrup. And then I think it's going to be like up to $200 a case.
Why was this on the floor? I noticed this the other day. How dare you have little Spitfire on the floor? How dare you? He's cute and look at his eyeball. He squeezed the eyeball. How cute. He's cute. And he's like smiling. But right here now he's frowning.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
He's frowning because Bridget had him on the floor.
Yeah. Okay. That was mean.
An eye for an eye, girl. Eye for eye. Norman chat says that's not good about the maple syrup. It's a big deal in our house. We're talking about real maple syrup. We're not talking about Miss Buttersworth, which is not real maple syrup. I'm just listen.
No.
Listen.
You want me to rant? I'm gonna rant. Okay, you told me I needed to rant.
Yeah, but not about me though.
So here's the rant. Not about me though. Esgee and I together for 13 years now, going on 14. And the first half of the time we have been together, he is the most stubborn person I know. So I get a lot of he knows everything. That's why he has a couple shirts that says I might be wrong, but I don't think so, which I have personally purchased for him, and he actually believes. But anyway, so he's like, I don't eat that. And I kept trying to get him, you gotta eat this maple syrup. It's so pure. It's so delicious.
You don't eat maple syrup.
I don't eat that. I like Mrs. Butterworth.
You kind of drink it and slurp it.
Aunt Jemima. Because the way that
Mrs. Butterworth is the best non-maple syrup.
He basically raised himself to a certain degree. So
look, high fructose corn syrup is delicious.
Anything that can be eaten and put in the microwave,
I can't put you in the microwave.
Is super synthetic. You're such a scam. And something
you want
that
to be
is
super synthetic? Put the boop and the boop boop.
No.
What's wrong with you? That's you.
That's a no. That's a no. I have nothing against that. For those that
okay,
feel
Miss
it's
PC.
Extremely important.
What?
Just shut up, SG.
What?
Shut up.
Why are you so violent against my person? Bam! Oh, you gotta line up. Hold on.
Could it just be that everything's running slow? Is that why you can't get
Could it just be that why don't you talk about what you're talking about instead of just diverting the information?
So basically it took SG like 8 years to actually eat maple syrup. Real maple syrup. And now he's addicted to it, so I have to ration it. We're on ration mode because he pours it in his coffee when I'm I'm like, are you kidding? How much maple syrup can you put in your coffee? He, like, when he comes home in the morning from his workouts and he has the little turkey sausage links, I look in the bottom of his bowl and he must have like a third of a cup of maple syrup on top of the 4 sausage links.
Look at my butter.
You're going to pass out, SG, and then I'm going to have to do the show by myself. And that is not going to be good.
Do you want to do it by yourself?
No.
Why not? Ooh, look at that.
What happened? What are you pulling up?
Blackburn made maple syrup.
Is that molasses? That's a molasses.
It says made syrup. I don't know. Blackburn made syrup. It is corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, cane syrup, water, caramel coloring, sorbic acid, and sodium benzoate added as a preservative. It's from Texas. Yeehaw! Of course, it's from Texas. Sub-Z. Thank you. It feels sweaty. It feels sweaty scrotum. 6969 says, hi guys. Hello. It feels sweaty scrotum.
Hi.
6969. How you doing? Welcome to this week's shenanigan show.
And welcome to All Games.
And Normie's there too. What up? I can't type in Twitch chat because it took me like 10 minutes to get back in. So I ain't touching it.
So I won't be able to see the chat?
Oh my gosh. You know what? You know what, princess? Okay? You know what, princess? I'll give you the chat. You know the chat? I'll give you, princess.
Stop slightly Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, well, how do you want me to talk? All right, you know what? For the rest of the show, for the full rest of the show, I'm going to talk like a British man. Is that all right with you?
No, your British accent's horrible.
I'm going to pretend.
No, I don't like it.
I need to practice.
No, please.
What do you mean you don't like it? You like everything I do.
I do? I actually compliment you.
I want you to fill time. Stop watching me click and grind.
I have been filling time and literally did about 40 minutes on my own.
Dude, the first hour is you. No, you didn't because the pre-show is 10 minutes, which was the first 10 minutes of 7 o'clock.
Okay, so 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're taking the lead today. We discussed
I'm not taking nothing, no.
And I
Look, this is how we discuss things, right? She says, Richard says, this is what's gonna happen, okay? I'm gonna have things I send you in your email, and you'll take the lead. I'll be the interviewer, and you'll be the interviewee.
That's right. Because although seem
that's how you're gonna
super
talk in like
duper,
60 years
super
when you're super
duper
old.
woo, I am
Like
actually
us.
medicated today. I decided to take my medication. So, like, I feel no pain. I'll be dying later, but hey.
Drugs is a powerful drug.
Yeah, I know.
It's a hell of a drug. Mike Huss in chat. What up? Mike Huss. Thanks for coming back, man. And I have came and hello all. Okay? I'm glad you
Hi,
let us know
Mike.
you had came did. We all good. She's better. I'm not gonna make her angry this week, I hope.
Has there ever been a show?
I never know what I'm gonna say, right? And then when I say something, and then she be like, Esgee, I gotta tell you something. I'm so insulted.
The normal person would get ticked off over this. And again, I am stressing. I am opting to looking at you guys. He could say I'm looking at me. I'm looking at you. Because, like I said, when I did last week's replay, half the show was like this. And I don't need to stare at him.
Stop looking at my breasticles and stuff. What's wrong with you, girl?
I just don't.
Brigitte, I will put Brigitte. There you go. You happy now?
Yes.
Of course you are. As soon as it comes in.
So I'm going to take the lead.
I'm gonna take the
by starting out.
All right. Wait. What was that?
What
GoldenEye 007 HD. What up? In Twitch
Such
chat.
a cool name.
Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about stuff. Probably disagree about everything.
Typically, that's the way it goes.
Bridget's gonna talk about my sexy parts of my body because she does that. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't. She be saying stuff and they be euphemisms and stuff. Be like, I like a cup of warm, hot maple syrup on my lips. I'm like,
Yeah, you can see me doing
I'm sure
that.
you talk about maple syrup, Bridget.
It is gonna be ration, like the war.
Please, let me tell you.
I gotta hide it.
No, I thought we had two.
We have one.
Well, I'm sorry if you gotta spill half a can on the floor.
Look! Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you want me to rant? Here we go.
Go ahead.
You told me to rant, but it's more.
Get
It's
it off
still
your
at
chest.
this point.
Get it
It's
off your
maple syrup
breasticles.
related.
Get it off.
But so this week, Bridget opens the refrigerator door.
Take a drink.
And there is like the bottom part of the fridge that holds the bottles of water,
Condiments.
blah, blah, blah. Bam! Rolls everything out. And the can of maple syrup, which you open with a can opener, rolled out of it. And by the time I realized that it had rolled out, there was maple syrup all over the floor. Thank goodness our floors are concrete. But it literally took me, this is no exaggeration, like an entire day of continually mopping the floor, getting fresh water, mopping the floor. There was maple syrup.
Your rants are not
everywhere.
They're not emotional. You know, you have to capture.
Passionate.
You have to capture your audience with your rants. You
This
have
is
to. You have to
extremely important
You
to
have
me.
to be invested in your rant. You can't be like, oh my gosh, it was out of.
It is what it is, SG.
I want drugs.
No.
At least act like you're on drugs.
I feel nothing.
Nothing.
I don't. That's why I don't even take medicine. Whatever. Anyway, okay. So, SG, so the first thing, and you might want to pull it up too, if you don't mind, because the first thing I kind of wanted us to touch base on was The Witcher, and then I also sent an absolute up-to-the-minute review of it as well.
Up to the minute.
So
we gotta talk about The Witcher 3 first?
Yes.
I want to talk about.
Absolutely.
I've been playing that game.
That's what I want to talk about first. So here, I'll pull it up.
So
for
let's
you.
talk about how bad Sony is in the area of everything.
I'm going to pull up The Witcher 3.
What are you doing? Get off my phone, woman.
Oh, I got...
Get me.
It almost went flying on the floor.
pee-pee pages.
And it's $100 $199 to be exact, every time SG breaks his phone. Because he's got like 26 more payments on this month. That's my article.
Okay, it's actually Kotaku's article, but sure.
But that's the one I sent
That's what
you.
I just went to my Gmail.
Oh, I missed that. You got your Gmail up, ST? I didn't see it. Where? Where's the tab? I didn't see it. How can you read that far? Can you read that far? Can you get it up here?
No.
Okay.
Two different computers. You know what? Silence CO.
Okay, go ahead, SG. So, last week at the end of the show, you said you were going to go and buy Witcher 3, which you did. And I have kind of just been watching you play it. Because, of course, suffice it to say again, I cannot even attempt to hop on and play such a game with my lack of skills. And it's a bit violent.
1 second. Going into Twitch chat, Mike Huss says, all games now are video. That's us. We're R9cast. But on the can you please explain something about the ISIS eyes buying a nuclear weapon? We're all for kid.
Oh wow. See?
I didn't know about that. So I'll explain. They want to be powerful and stuff. They want to be like, yeah, it's all about posturing. But in reality, we being the US could blow them off the earth, but we don't want to do that. You know, we don't want to drop bombs because people die. You don't want to kill people like that. You know,
will die.
And like with the drone strikes, we're getting heavy right now, real quick, but we're gonna get back to the Witcher. With the drone strikes, you could do a drone strike, right, and kill people, and people won't know because it's not a big ass explosion in the news. Nobody knows. It flies around, and then explosion. Like, what happened? I don't know. The building blew up. Oh my God, what's going on? Was it the drone strike? I don't know. Was it the drone? Nobody knows nothing. U.S. ain't gonna say nothing.
Bottom line, though, there's almost always innocent casualties, and you know I watch the BBC a lot, and actually, no, this comes into play because I started watching Foyle's War with Michael Kitchen, phenomenal actor, and Honeysuckle Weed, she's so adorable, and a couple of other actors, and it is so well made that this week I've just been contemplating, and as Memorial Day approaching too, like all in the timing rolled into one, it just broke my heart. Like every time the sirens go off in one of the episodes, they have to go into the bunkers. They're, you know, all their houses in London, they can be cooking something in the kitchen and boom, here comes the bombs. And I had not heard about that actually, Mike. Technically, SG discourages me from talking about anything
because you're on
like
drugs.
such
You don't know
things.
what you're talking about. You crazy. He also says you would think the terrorists
heartbreaking.
would be dead after 20 years, wouldn't you? Blah blah. Oh yeah, The Witcher. Wait, there was another.
You know, all we can do is war is gonna never end, unfortunately. But every single, I've dwindled it down, Mike. Not that it's gonna make a whole world of difference, but every little single act of kindness we can project towards each other. Is
anyway
almost all we got.
I had to restart my computer, so
See how he does?
I lost the link that Jeezy put in that was about the Wolfenstein, the World Old Order, the New Blood. No, the Order, whatever the first game was, sold more on the PS4 than Xbox One. It said it sold 67% of the copies. So I guess the 33%, is that right? Yeah, 33% would be on Xbox, right? Is that right? Yeah.
I can't read the Twitter feed.
So that's about right. So if the PS4 has twice as many consoles out and it sold 67%, that's about right as far as the breakdown goes. So I don't know what the big deal is. It's math, right? I'd assume that the PS4 would sell more than that if it's so popular, right? Right? It'll sell more than the actual percentage of the actual consoles in reality. So when I see the sales, like, what's disturbing is when Xbox One versions sell more than PS4 version. That's when it's like,
why
wait a
is that
second.
disturbing?
Because there's 22 million, let's round up, 22 million PS4s and 12 million Xbox Ones. That's a 10 million, that's almost 2 to 1.
It's getting lower and lower on Derek H's list, by the way, every week.
Yeah, the PS4.
One.
Yeah, I know the PS4. No,
Xbox
it's always number 2.
One.
It's always number 2 or number 1
It was
sometimes.
number 2 the week before last.
It should
right,
be.
Derek,
It should have been number 1 last week because.
But it wasn't.
Hold up. It should have been last week. It should have been Xbox One should have been number 1 last week on DPLPR because it outsold the PS4 in the US.
But he didn't have it at number 1.
I know, because algorithm obviously doesn't account for that, and I don't think a lot of news outlets are reporting on it because they hate it. Everybody hates Xbox One, and so
Okay.
that bad juju is going throughout the internet. So everybody's like, "Oh, PS4, PS4, PS4." All the mainstream outlets, "Oh, PS4, PS4, PS4." But the reality
What's the
is
reality, SG?
that the PS4 is in the middle. It's in a rough position right now because right now they're banking on their lead in sales, right? So they're kind of resting on their laurels when it comes to let's put out a lot of games because we got to be competitive and beat somebody. Oh no, we're number 1. We ain't got to work as hard. What's the last AAA first party game that came out for the PS4? I'll wait.
SG.
It was Bloodborne.
Or you guys.
Oh, actually, it wasn't first party, but it was Bloodborne. Let's count that too.
Question. So, and yes, we all know that I'm much in the novice category. But so we have, I mean, there's a few miscellaneous consoles out to the left that some people like to play. But we have PlayStation and we have Xbox One. And really those are going to be the only 2 consoles. Is there any other consoles in the horizon?
I
know that. I know.
Whatever that is, Super Retro.
It's a very nominal.
Your faces. Wii U, hello.
Well,
Mike Huss in Twitch chat says, I don't like PS4. I like the controls on the Xbox more.
Oh, SG's going to love you.
No, it's a preference. I like the controls. I think that the Xbox One controller can be barely improved, but overall it's pretty much the same controller as the Xbox 360.
Now the weird thing, right, on my controller, I put the highest grade batteries in there, and like they seem like they lasted like a week and a half.
A week and a half? That's a long time.
It is?
If you have it on all the time, yeah.
I didn't have it on all the time.
I gotta buy you a media remote because it doesn't make any sense for you to be. Why don't you use your phone, man? Xbox Smart Glass. Boop, beep, boop. It's on there. Beep, boop. I'll get you a remote. Titan Clown Chat says, SG, Brigitte, this week Pac-Man is celebrating its 35th anniversary. Do you both remember the first time you played Pac-Man?
I do.
Okay, we'll get to that later.
We're gonna definitely touch on that because that's one of my topics. TC, you're a genius.
Let's talk about The Witcher.
Let's talk about The Witcher.
Well, wait. Did I finish my Sony? Well, I can get back to that later.
Of
Sony,
course,
Microsoft,
you know you will.
Nintendo Wii. Well, E3's coming up, so we got to talk about that too. But anyway,
oh my gosh, it seems like we just had E3. Oh my gosh,
there's so much. So what did you want to, what was your point about this? Is the benchmark of the thing of the whatever? They had to downgrade the graphics on Xbox in order to get the frame rate something or other, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Me?
Yeah, why'd you put this article in?
The Witcher.
Over there.
Yeah, well, it's a review basically in general. It's up to the minute. It's got today's date on it, and Kotaku is cool.
Oh my God! Say that again.
I never
say it, please.
No.
Just say it. It was great. Say it again, please. Please say it. Say it. Say it.
I can't
say
now.
It. Say it right there.
Because I know it's not right,
say it.
But
Say it. You suck. You suck a lot. All right, let me get to the gist here. Blah 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 blah. Listen, a week. There's some controversy in the PC world involving the game's reveal versus launch graphics. People have talked about this already.
Okay, but
blah blah. CD Projekt Red. Blah blah da da da. The changed that changed with the arrival of the Xbox One PlayStation 4 version to optimize Wild Hunt for consoles. It, CDPR, slightly downgraded some of the visuals that were previously expected to be on the PC build. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
That doesn't make... Well, that makes sense, but it shouldn't be that way. Anyway.
Okay.
And they need to have an engine that can scale 3 ways. I mean, it can, but right... If you optimize it for PC, then you take some shadows away. You take this, you take that. It's just it's a step process. You say PC is the best, PS4 second best, Xbox One right underneath the PS4. And those two, might be barely a difference, or maybe just change the resolution. Because usually, if you change the resolution, you can make up budget for frame rate.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. That's the whole resolution gate thing. Anyway.
That's interesting.
So it says to optimize Wild Hunt on consoles, slightly downgraded some of the visuals that were previously expected to be in the PC build. Quick to react CDPR has already released a new patch that, in hopes of addressing some of these, improving graphics and graphical settings on the PC. Okay. Action Squabble The Witcher 3 includes NVIDIA's Hairworks technology.
Ooh.
Alright, I'll pass all that garbage.
Okay.
Who cares about that crap? Project
Well,
Cars.
it's nice to see like an up-to-date article. Kind of, that's what we do. We pick it apart and see what we agree or disagree with.
But here's the thing about...
And SG's been playing it. What SG?
GoldenEye 007 HD says Kickstarter is gone. It's going to take over. It's going to take over. Going to take over. Crowdfunding games is way to go. Do you agree, Mike Huss? Yeah, wasn't Project Cars crowdfunded? I think it was. It was a Kickstarter, right? I don't remember. It feels sweaty. Scrotum 6969 says, would you rather blank yourself in class and no one notices, or do a massive fart in class and everyone notices? Fart. Because if you poop yourself, you're going to smell it.
Okay.
Anyway, The Witcher. So the thing about the PC thing, right, is that it's like NVIDIA versus... It's an Intel versus AMD, or Radeon versus NVIDIA. Many of you who have asked us if AMD Radeon GPUs would be able to run NVIDIA's Hairworks technology. The answer is yes. However, unsatisfactory performance may be experienced as the code of this feature cannot be optimized for AMD products. Radeon users are encouraged to disable NVIDIA Hairworks if the performance is below expectations. CD Projekt Red.
So now you've been playing this game for a week.
Mm-hmm. I saw the booty. Son. Yo, I was sitting there, right? And Jerry was like in the tub. He was like this. He's like, I'm the Witcher. And, hey, Yennefer. Yes, what's her name? Yennefer. Your booty's very nice from my...
What? I know you're making that up.
I am Jerry, the Witcher. He doesn't have an accent, though. He has just like a plain...
I have
regular white man
made
accent.
an analogy.
Huh?
Albeit it could be wrong.
I'll bet. What was that? Albeit?
ALBEIT. Thank you. Albeit.
Albeit. Okay.
Albeit I could be. You guys might have a totally different perspective, but I think that he looks like what Thor is going to look like when he gets older. Thank you.
You're talking about Jerry, right?
Yes.
Terry Cloud Chat says, NVIDIA all the way. AMD's graphics card are like a poor man's NVIDIA card. Yeah, and they're cheaper too. That's why you can say that. NVIDIA is like Intel. AMD is AMD is AMD. AMD is always cheaper, but I think Intel is more efficient. Intel, I think, are more efficient processors. And AMD is kind of brute force, but they're cheaper. I don't know. It's if you're super on the budget, get an AMD. If you could spend a little extra cash, get an Intel.
Well,
or
I mean,
NVIDIA.
The key thing is being able to even play the game, because man, this economy's a little rough. You know what I mean?
I ain't talking about economy. Anyway,
I'm saying, SG, I will never sound like that.
Come here, kiss me.
Oh no, you are almost talking like Spiegler.
this is how you gonna be when you're old.
Oh, G! SG! Baby, come here, give me massage my corns.
Oh, no. No.
Tiger Claw says, Sub-Z, that's only for their cheaper cars, but the GTX 980 cars do have 4 gigs. Sub-Z says, nobody's buying $600 video cards. That's just dumb. I feel sweaty scrotum. 6969 says, how often do you shave? What? My scrotum?
SG, like he would ask that question, honestly.
The name is, I feel sweaty scrotum.
He's probably looking at that thing
It's
on
all
your
curled up, though. It's
chin.
supposed to be longer. Yeah. But it's curled up because...
You have curly hair.
No, because of the humidity. Alright, girlfriend. It's the humidity made my hair curl. Anyway. So The Witcher, we're not going to go too deep into the...
Well, what's been your experience playing the game? Are you happy that you purchased it?
I'm happy. So the Xbox One version, which is the premier version of... No, it's not. PC version is the best version. PS4 version might be a little better. The Xbox One version, probably the worst of them all. But by... to 0.5%. I don't know what the percentage is. If I could know what the percentage of how much worse it is, I wish I knew the percentage. Like PC is 98%, PS4 69%.
Are most people playing it on
Xbox One.
Can
Can I finish the sentence?
Never.
You see me struggling through English,
I know,
right?
that's
and
why
you just like
I like to chime in
I'm important.
because you're always
Pay attention
giving
to me.
such a tough
Wee.
life. Oh yeah, I love to be in the limelight.
Oh, my eyeballs hairs. How many times a week? I don't pluck my eyeballs hairs. There you go. They're not that. I don't have a unibrow or anything. Good genetics. Anyway, that was I feel sweaty.
Debatable.
Subsy says Xbox Witcher has better frame rate. PS4 is a tad sharper, but has bigger frame rate dips. Oh, you know what? I also learned or read or learned or whatever is that CD Projekt Red did it's a resolution scaling thing. So it's a dynamic resolution, whatever. So it's 1080p sometimes, and then it'll drop down to I guess 900. I don't know. Maybe 720. I don't know where it goes, but it drops. It's instead of like the frame rate going like this, the resolution goes like this. And I'm like, you know what?
Would you rather?
Yes. I'd rather have resolution be dynamic than the frame rate, because if you got the most beautiful game and it's running at 2 frames a second, it's whack. Just saying. Frame rate always over resolution. Always. And when you're talking 900 to 1080p, that different, that is insignificant in terms of, if it's 900p and a steady frame rate over 1080p and not steady frame rate, 900p steady frame rate all the time, son. It's just a better experience. Trust me. I remember playing them old time games on the Genesis and stuff, and I'm like, and I'm playing. I'm like, yo, son, I got the man as I'm shooting them up, son, because they were called shooters back in the day. Now they call shmups. But I was like,
shmups,
and then
for real?
I get so many. I be playing like Power Strikers right up there. Sega Master System, like, and then like 10 things that come on the screen, right? It be like, be all slow and stuff. Even the music got slow, like and stuff. Be sprites be disappearing. I'm like, damn, man, I can't do it. You can't, It's just crazy.
I don't.
It's just crazy. So I always prefer constant and smooth frame rates, always. And also, because I'm a videographer, frame rate is very important. I shoot at 24 frames per second. I have to shoot at the shutter speed needs to be 50 to compensate, although it doesn't work all the time, because I was in the studio yesterday shooting and it wasn't right. I was shooting at 24, I had to set it at 50, but it was still
too slow.
the difference, that one stop or whatever, from to make it actually 24, half of 24 to make it line up was enough for the lights on the mixing board to flicker and blink. And
it was
stuff.
funny because remember the other day we were watching like old time footage of things, and it blew my mind. Like, say, in fact, old war footage of I think of World War II, and oh my gosh, it was so cool. It's like so fast. Like, what frame rate was that?
I don't remember how they actually did that.
It was insane. It just looks like
Prostate Violator in Twitch chat. What up, Prostate Violator?
Hello.
That's a good name. I like that name. How do I talk to women? Easy. You just talk to them. See, here's the thing that women. I mean, let me school you, yo. I know about women's and stuff, right? You know, I got one, yo. I got her like, bam, son. It was easy. Sorry. So basically, you see a woman.
Not when he showed me attitude. It wasn't.
You see a lovely lady, right? And you're like, man, I want to talk to her. Don't say that in your head. Just be like, oh, she's cute. All you have to do is the words that are in your mind, say them out of your mouth. If they're disgusting and evil, then don't talk to women, because you're gonna get in trouble. You probably get arrested. You shouldn't be talking to people anyway. But if you're like, wow, she's beautiful, or wow, I wish you were. No, don't say that. I said, wow, I wish you were my wife.
And then
That's
I'll give you
right?
Bridget's take on this matter.
You just gotta talk to him, because if you talk to him, then the women's be like, oh snap, he got confidence, yo, I want to be with the confident man, hey, but like, yeah, girl, and don't brag about it, like, yo, girl, I got 26s on my pinata rims, my pinata, that's that new Ford, son. It's the Fiesta, and then right below the Fiesta is the pinata. That's the new joint. That's right straight from Mexico, son. That's the Mexico Fiesta model. 26.
Well, you wouldn't have made it with me if that was an issue.
Made it with you? What does that mean?
Back in the day when we first met.
I feel sweaty scrotum. Signal says, what if I'm thinking her boobs are massive?
I would probably forego that.
Yeah, don't say that. Just you have to, like, you like the boobies and the big. You like her big boobies, right? You appreciate them, so you say, I appreciate your beauty. I wish that I could get to know your beauty better, and then your mind and all that stuff, because that's part of the whole package. That is your beauty.
Let me tell you guys.
Beauty. Please, don't take that. No. She can be like, first you have to hug a tree, and then
besides that comes later.
Langer one banger in All Games chat says, you've got all the soul in your soul patch. You gotta say it with your chest. Anyway, go ahead.
Honestly,
this is Let's Ask a Lady too.
Lesson number 1.
Oh boy.
Ladies, for the most part, unless they're really desperate, because it works both ways. When women are super desperate, men hone in on that, and it freaks them out, and they go running the other way. It could be supermodel with a 10.
Wait.
Secondly...
Wait.
No.
Okay, keep going.
I'll do one line.
Keep going.
Just truthfully dig deep and focus on being yourself.
Okay,
and
stop.
Women don't need to hear a whole bunch of... Start a genuine, hey.
Stop.
What's up? How's it going?
Stop it.
You don't need to... There is no intricate... Just being yourself, saying hi to somebody.
Nope. Like I said, all you gotta do is talk to them. You know, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work. The first step is to talk to them. Have confidence. Talk to them.
Greet them.
Don't give me that.
Say hello.
Oh, what did you say? The first part. The women are looking to the men pick up on. Who even said it? We're talking about.
If you're focusing on making stuff up as you get ready to talk to somebody,
no.
It's gonna be a wash. It's not gonna work out.
You're not understanding. You're not making stuff up. You're presenting your thoughts, your dirty thoughts in your mind about her deliciously giant breasticles. You're not gonna say, damn girl, your breasticles look very delicious to me right now, because that's not gonna work.
Well, whenever anyone... Okay, let me tell you, I have a story for you.
She cut me off, though.
I can, because I'm an expert. I'm a girl. Let me explain to you what
Have you ever picked up a girl?
To me over the...
All right then. All right. Then.
I know what I have responded to in the past.
No, check this out. Let me interrupt you real quick because I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened, and that worked with me, but I never got with this chick, right? So I'm at this party, right, and I'm like,
excuse me.
I wasn't dancing. I was just kidding. I was just playing. I was at this party, right, and we weren't leaving. I was there. There was a girl there, and there was a dude there, and I guess he was talking to her, but I didn't realize that he was like spitting game like two, what's up, girl? I forgot how the conversation came to me, but she said something to me, and I was like, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't talk to you. And then she just grabbed me and took me off to the side, and we just started talking. And I was like, that's how you do it, son. You just one quick sentence that signified things that got
that was being real, though. That's exactly what I just said in a different way. You need to be yourself. You need to be real. And I know from experience,
and it was confidence.
You're a mean,
and
cranky
it was confidence. I said, yo, if I ain't like you, I won't talk to you.
I have generally, now some women are really desperate to be told that they are the end all and be all.
I do that sometimes just to play with them. Like, girl, you the best. Eyes rolling all out my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. I don't do that. I say it to you though, because you're my wife. I have to. Says it in the contract. You have to tell them that they're pretty, especially on those days. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't.
And you have to take abuse of the physical sort because you're the man, and men ain't no punks. Sign right here to get married. Okay.
No, look. Let me tell you this, right? In the past, when guys like try or have tried to attempt to tell me they think I'm this or that, or I'm all that, or I'm hot, or whatever, that turns me off like no tomorrow, because every girl / lady / woman has a different personality. I know that beauty fades. Bam.
Oh my gosh, what are you talking about?
Listen up.
We are talking about the first encounter trying to hook up. You're talking about a long term. You get a house, right?
No.
Then you get a car. Then you get a home equity loan.
My first account, I don't need somebody telling me how fine I am.
Good, because that ain't going to happen.
Exactly. Not anymore, no. But, like, I had this Chip and Dale model. It was really, really funny.
Here comes the story now.
True story.
Wait a second. Hold on. Back up, son. Chip and Dale.
Don't you know all the people I know, SG?
I don't care.
I just don't ever say it.
Why are you talking to a Chip and Dale model?
I didn't know
you. He had the bow tie and he had the junk with the.
I was working.
Did he have a thong? You were working at Chip and Dale?
No.
You were working at a bear? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The sequence is coming now. The sequence is coming now.
She's gonna start gossip. No. So I was working in the mall in this store in cosmetics, and this guy kept walking by like every single day, and then finally I don't even know what he did. He walked in and
flexed his pecs,
and he was clearly in shape.
Looking at his body.
But I threw him off because he was used to spitting lines, because they get into the psyche of women, these guys, and he thought that his typical line was gonna work on me, and I just looked at him like.
And you laughed.
Really?
Did you laugh? You laughed, right?
Short of it.
Yeah. That's what she does to me. So.
And
I try to be all pimped. She's like.
So.
Like,
then I don't know. Then I talked to him for a little bit, and another day he came back, and then he got his mind right, and he was himself. But he totally blew that chance. There is no way I gave that guy any hope. And it made it worse, because here's the guy who's used to getting every girl on the planet, but it's that...
Man, they pay for that. Norman.
He didn't want to go... he didn't want to give up on me, but he never went out with me.
in Xbox, wow. And all game chat
baby,
says,
talk to us.
if a dude is super confident, then that's a turn off. Can't stand cocky boys. It's about being confident, not being cocky. But you need to know how to you gotta have game too, and have charm. It's not just about I'm so fine, look at my muscles, baby. You know you want to touch this girl. No, you can't do that. You have to be confident in your mannerisms, your mannerisms, and how you talk, your eye contact. You look at the eyes, not the other eyes, the top eyes, right? And then and you commented like, "Oh, I like that necklace. That's very nice. I know the history of the world of the necklace, just a little bit though, not a lot, because you don't want to seem smarter than the female, because you're not. Because the female's smarter. The smaller brain is more efficient. In there, we have big head brains, and it's all empty space of garbage. That's where all the dirt and the blood clots, and then you die. Anyway,
you guys listen.
In the Twitch chat, I feel sweaty. Scrotum. See that says, "What if being yourself means saying I want you in my body?" You have to say it differently.
If that's the case,
that's what I'm saying. Look, if you want them in your body, right? You have to. That's the goal. You have to step back about 20 steps, right? And you say, "Hey, you're cool." You say that first. Then you say, "Wow, do you hang out there?" And then, "Wow, we should hang out," right? And
We're
then you're
talking
like, "Hey
the same
man,
language
high
in a
five.
different
What's
way."
your number, dog?" And then you keep going, "Man, let's go back to my place." And you're going, "Hey, my bedroom this way." And you're going, "Take off your clothes." And you're going, and then you say, "Being myself means I want you in my body." And that's the last thing. See, you see how the progression go from 1 to 20, 20 to 1. That's how you gotta do it. Can't start at the end. You gotta start at the beginning.
I work it a little bit differently though too.
Of course you do. You have to say the opposite of everything I say. Oh my gosh.
It's funny because we just said similar things in a different way. But I think that here's the biggest disconnect, you guys. A lot of people don't realize your worth and that you matter. Yes, I'm going somewhere with this. So if you know that you matter, you're a good person, there's no one on the planet like you, and there is going to be someone out there for you, but it could take a little time till you find the right one. But there's no way. I mean, the parts of yourself that you need to change that are negative, work on those.
Wait a second.
But
Who's
other than that,
they're negative? Who's saying
we all know what we don't like about ourselves and what we want to change.
Doesn't mean that they need to be changed or that they're bad or anything. Like
I said,
I said
if we want to change them, we know what we want to change.
Just because if you want to change something doesn't mean it should or has to be changed or can be. You're thinking about it wrong. Like, for instance... I'm
not thinking about it wrong.
For instance, Michael Jackson, a body dysmorphic type of person, I would say. "Oh, my nose is too big. Oh, my skin is too black. I need to change it." See how that doesn't work? You see how that doesn't work? You understand what I just said? You need me to go back. Okay. Joan Rivers, rest in peace, Michael Jackson, rest in peace. Well, she was old, so that's why she had so much plastic surgery. But people who go body dysmorphic, right? They're like, "Oh man, I'm so ugly. Let me give surgery because I'm ugly. I need to change it."
But if your mind is not right, it won't do a darn thing for you.
That's my point.
It's in the mind. Okay. Look, SG. Let me prove to you that we're saying the same thing. At the end of the day, you need to know that you matter. Be your own lovely self. And by being yourself, you're going to find the right person. End of story. It's that simple. There is no science to it. Because I think where people go wrong, they're thinking of lines. Just by talking about everyday things that you find in common, if you're out somewhere, you say hey to somebody, they're with a group of girls, you can talk to them about what's going on in the club. If there's a band, hey, what you make of this band? What kind of music you like? Oh, I see you're drinking a tequila. Can I get you another one?
Bridget is so corny, son.
I am corny,
Bridget
but
is
I'm
the
making
corniest. I listen to Bridget how she's talking, and she's like, "Oh boy."
Whatever, SG.
Cornflakes are falling from the sky.
Be yourself. Know that you matter. Know that you are just as important as everybody else. Know that you're special, and you'll find the right guy, girl, or guy.
Whatever.
Or.
Whatever. You can listen to her, but then you can read the advanced knowledge book right here. You see how she be laughing and stuff I be saying? That's what keeps us together. I make her laugh. Well, she laughs at my expense, which is the same thing. Laughing.
Oh yeah, like
you gotta get it where you can, so you get it where you can. I'm not gonna click on that link. Ty Drake Q P851. Not gonna do it. It looks like a trap. It's a trap. But I appreciate you hanging out, though. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, so I don't know how we got on the lady thing for like a half an hour.
Okay,
but,
so
wait. Are we done with the advice
ahead,
of making the friends with the women or men, whatever? It doesn't matter. It's all
friends
people.
first, baby. Friends first.
No, well, what? That's not even. You can't. Oh, Brit. Listen, Brit. Let me school you, girl.
Sure, school me, SG.
Some people out there. Let me say this. Some females out there don't want to be friends. You may not believe this. There are some females out there that just want to, you know what I'm saying? Just want. Depends on how you bend and that's it goes different ways.
That's a whole different tangent.
I'm just saying.
We're not covering SG.
Well, that has merit.
Generalities we're talking.
That has merit in the conversation that we're having, because when you're talking to a girl, be like, "Girl, you fine. Let's go get it." She be like, "Let's go here with it."
Yeah, SG has
it happen. That might happen in 1%, not 1%, 10% of your encounters. If you have 100 encounters, 10 of them might be that, depending on your geographical location and such, and the density of population and stuff like that.
Well, whatever the case, you gotta strike up a conversation. Let the woman lead then.
No, not necessarily, because like I said, some women.
Normie, I love you so much.
I know. That's why I said 10%.
You're incredible,
SG,
Normie.
those are not most women. Of course, I know they're not most women. 90% of women are regular people who want the mans to be a man. They're not feminists. They're not like, "Get out of my face, you dirty dog, man. Go back to your sexist ways. Go back to your freaking kitchen, pregnant, barefoot, wife-loving ways. Get out of here." I don't know. But but like I said, there are a percentage of women who are aggressive, who have more testosterone or whatever.
Let me tell you guys something.
They want to get it in.
You want me to give it to you straight?
Here we go. What it up?
I'm going to divulge just something about our relationship. When I first met SG, I thought he was really nice at first, and I was
Wait a second. Where's this supposed to go from there?
I'm telling it just like it is, SG. You want me to rant? I'm ranting.
I told you to rant, not about me.
He had a quiet confidence. I thought, wow, this guy's really cool. He's nice. He's polite. And then here's the truth of the matter. We dated for like 8 months, and he turned all pimp daddy and like a total a-hole to me. And that was it. We did not see each other for a year. And I don't even know how it happened that we got back together, because he actually had some chick that he meant living with him.
You gotta keep it moving, son.
One
goes out, one comes in, though.
Living with him.
Revolving door, dog.
The pimp thing did not work on me. It just because I knew the core person that he is, and it wasn't him.
And then what happened? The one time where you stormed out the house throwing shoes.
Yeah, because he used to. It was validated.
Oh yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
It was validated. I did.
And who called you later? Who called you?
I threw a shoe.
Throwing shoes. Other Puerto Rican brothers be like, mira, coña, adios.
Because he has a very sassy attitude. Don't let him kid yourself. The funny that you see here is not the he does have that Latino side to him, and he has a big attitude at times. And because I don't retaliate enough, I had to show him what was doing that day. That's right.
Yeah, that worked.
It didn't work, but it felt really good.
Because if it would have worked, I'd be like, pfft, that been crazy. Good. I'm out. Next.
It felt good.
Who's next? Number 68. Come on in. What you want? Salami sandwich? Okay. What you want? You want half a pound? Oh, you want a pound?
Sub Z says, during SG's Pimp Daddy stage for a year, he got the herpes, and Bridget was like,
yeah, right.
It was sort of kind of that way, honey. You're not.
Oh, yeah, loca. That was her.
Yeah.
You're the only one who threw shoes, by the way. I'll let you know. Okay.
I
guess that's how you get them. That's the hook right there. You just throw some shoes.
If you push me to that point,
I know.
He was being a real dirtbag.
Crazy.
and I had to show my hand because people walk all over me. Do you know? Okay, here's the truth. Every relationship I've ever been in, and they're actually on one hand. Check this out, you guys. Every relationship I've ever been in, something's happened, like either I've been cheated on, this has happened, that has happened, and every single time, those same people I was in a relationship with do everything they can to get me back. By that time, I'm done. Because why? Being nice is viewed as a weakness. I mean, I try real hard to not change who I am. I just don't want to. But you push me over the edge, there's going to be a shoe thrown.
Or a jab to your throat.
That was a whole different story, SG. A whole different story.
I've been abused a lot. If I would abuse a woman the way that I've been abused in this relationship, I would be in jail. Period. In jail. Throw away the key. Little brown man, get your ass in jail.
There was no violence between you and I. You're
throwing shoes.
I threw a shoe at his wall.
Stabbing me with your fingers in my throat.
You guys, you don't know that story for those of you that are new listeners.
No, y'all know.
No, they don't. Don't make me look like that.
High five, Langer. Banger, one banger. All games chat.
Oh my gosh. And yes, I have changed a lot too because when I was really young, I was very hot-tempered.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think you're still.
No,
you suppress it. You are anger management.
I do anger management because
no, you don't do anger management because your anger is bubbling inside, and then you be like, and she has a Terminator eyes and is pointing at me. I'm on the couch playing Xbox. Like
the story behind it is SG.
And she be like, "Why don't you do your dishes?"
This is for Normie's
then
benefit.
Then the head turns around like, does the Exorcist? The head turns around like that. Tell you. Langer one banger says she's thinking this.
Oh, my name's Brigitte Langer.
Her name is Brigitte, yeah.
And yeah, we've been together for 13 years. Ooh. So yeah.
13? No, we've been together longer than that, but
yeah, Norm and I feel like such a kindred spirit with her because I know like we're on the same page. Yeah. For sure. But anywho, one thing I wanted to talk about, SG, may I?
Wait, are we done with the?
Yes, I think so. This is all because Langer asked the question.
No, hold up. Every episode we're gonna have some advice for the lovers, the lovers' advice, the married couples how to stay married forever advice. I don't know.
My advice is accept each other the way that you are.
No, I'm just saying. Stop. I'm just saying that's what we'll do every week. You don't have to. That wasn't a.
Okay, well, accept each other the way that you are.
No, shut up. Treat the women like garbage. Tell them to cook you. Always ask the question, where's my sandwich at? Give me that Kool-Aid with the ice cubes, because you know what I'm saying, bit extra sugar in that too. Diabetes. And that's it, I guess. Right? Just where my sandwich. That's all it really is. That's just, it's simple. Where my sandwich. That's it. That's all. Look, women out there, all you all need to do is make a sandwich. Sorry, I can't say it straight.
Honestly, so Langer, at the end of this whole entire story, SG is my best friend. And we have like such an awesome relationship. So believe me, you can find someone. Just 'cause he went through his pimp phase, I had to set him straight. But
please, after the pimp phase, will and always will be, never ever, for never ever will always be a pimp. All right.
Okay.
I was born a pimp. I'm a die a pimp. Only difference between me and all them other pimps that are on like HBO Real Pimps or whatever it's called, I don't have a pimp glass, and I don't have the clothes.
Normie,
because I'm undercover, son. I'm like a spy pimp. You know what I mean? I'm a spy pimp. Y'all don't know I'm a pimp because I dress in regular clothes. But you know,
Normie is my second brain. I'm voting Normie my second brain, and she paraphrased what I was trying to say.
Whatever,
Normie, it was word for word, love. So yes.
Well, she'll be on in half an hour, so you guys could gush all together. Do the woman superwoman show.
Make sure if there are flaws you can live with. If not, then keep looking. Perfect. That's exactly right. You have to accept people the way they are.
Yeah, or change them.
Yep. No, you cannot change anyone.
Took you a while to catch on there, girl.
You cannot change people. So what you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get. Raw, uncut. What you see is what you get.
May I segue, dear?
I don't know. I guess.
Because this is interesting to me. So would you mind pulling up Superman's Dark Past?
Superman lover.
Because I want to get a little bit more insight on Superman's Dark
was
Past.
abandoned by his parents.
Gonna have to kind of rely on you to start the discussion, please.
He also was a virgin until Superman 2. Is that right? He was like 30 years old. Anyway, since the official teaser trailer, blah blah blah, Dawn of Justice debut, blah blah blah, fans have been kind of Superman pictures, blah. Controversy stems from Snyder's decision cast Superman as a brooding Dark Knight-like character. Who cares more about beating up bad guys than saving people? The cast split has proved divisive among Superman fans. Some love the new incarnation, citing him as an edgier, more realistic version of the character. But Snyder is a different Superman. Yeah, but Snyder's is a different Superman than the one fans grew up with.
Regular voice.
And many have no problem expressing their outrage over it. Even Mark Waid, the author of Superman Birthright, one of the comics the original film is based on, voiced his concern about Man of Steel's turn toward bleakness when it came out in 2013.
Yeah, so
what was the point of this? Just a guy's like, hey, I don't like it.
Well, it's about his dark side.
What dark side? They haven't shown the movie yet. Y'all don't. Yeah, see, y'all jump to conclusion.
Okay,
y'all jump to mudflower conclusion, man.
I'm gonna try to stretch my eyesight. I have to look up to see if I can read it.
We can see your nostrils, baby.
Oh, that's great.
It's a nostril cam. Come on.
So when the comic book was still a nascent medium in the late 30s and early 40s, Superman was more of an enforcer on behalf of the poor and the disenfranchised. He rallied against the social injustice created by the corporate political greed that led to the Great Depression. And so in the beginning, he was very grounded in real world problems facing many Americans, like poverty, housing, mobsters, violence. But now that has changed a bit, I guess. In his book, Men of Tomorrow, Geeks, Gangsters, and the Birth of the Comic Book, Gerard Jones describes the early Superman in this way. This was a grim, almost cruel Superman. Huh? Oh, let's play that, SG. Play
His
that.
feet had... No, it's just a freaking trailer.
I know,
His feet had no flamboyance. The whole strip had a metallic odor.
Of the early Depression. So it was, I guess, depressing.
Nope, doesn't even matter. Who cares?
I want to see that trailer again.
It is the... No, we're not playing it.
What?
Nope.
But I want to know... Again, what exactly are they saying regarding his darker edge?
Anyway, go ahead. Sub-Z, you wrong, man. You wrong. Anyway, yeah. The relationship stuff was much more important and more entertaining than the Superman crap. Superman versus Batman is going to be a movie we're going to see next year. That's it.
Okay, so DC Comics struggled to find storylines to keep Superman relevant as historic events divided America. Superman would go in and out of style throughout the following decade. In 78,
the feature film starring Christopher Reeve solidified Superman as the hero most people know him as today.
Yeah.
An inspirational beacon of hope and goodness. He never lies, he doesn't fight unless he has to, and he would do anything to protect the people of Earth. He's mannerly and wholesome, and he's perfect. Mannerly.
So they're saying that's the problem, that essentially he doesn't have any flaws, I guess is what they're saying.
His flaw is that he isn't... See, here's the thing. It's just like Batman, right? Batman's like, I'm not going to use guns. I don't want to shoot people because my parents died from bullets and blah, 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 right? So he doesn't kill anybody. No, he doesn't shoot anybody. I don't know if he kills people. I don't think he kills people. But he doesn't shoot anybody. He always beat them up and stuff. Kind of like Daredevil, right? But Daredevil, well, I'm basing it off of the show because I do not remember the comic that much. But Daredevil was like, yo, I don't kill people, but I'll put them in a coma, though. I'll break all the bones in their body, break their neck, break their back. They still be alive, though. They be eating out of a straw and stuff. Yeah, I'm not killing them, though. I hurt them, though. I hurt them bad.
Now,
So, Daredevil, Batman don't kill people, but they hurt them a lot. Superman don't want to hurt nobody, but he wants to stop evil and protect the innocent. But then in the Man of Steel, he's like, no, you're gonna kill the crack, and he kills Zod. How you gonna go from I don't want to kill nobody,
from
protect
0
the
to
innocent,
60.
to kill Zod, one of your kinsmen?
But he was put in that position.
He
but
was
that's
put-
the thing.
no,
and so was
no,
it
no,
viewed as an imperfection? Because
that
all
was
this-
bad. Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. That's why I want to have the discussion.
In the original Superman 2, he killed all three of them fools. So it's the same difference. You know, Christopher Reeve killed him, and what's his name? The new guy. I can't remember. It's Henry Cavill. No, Henry. Whatever his name is. He killed him.
So for decades, Superman has been a much-needed source of hope and inspiration. From the John Williams score to the character's trademark S to the bright blue and yellow of his costume, Superman has become the symbol of our better selves. So I guess this is why a lot of people are taking issue with the death.
Sorry.
I just want to read that last little tidbit, and of course.
Oh my God! Hold up, I gotta play this.
Of
course. I can't play this. This is from Quest for Peace. Oh my gosh! Look at that. That is hilarious. That's funny. I don't have the sound on here. I can't play it. That's good. I'm gonna watch that later. That's good stuff. Thank you, Subsy.
Well, at the very end is the part that I wanted to read, and
this article was originally published at theatlantic.com.
No, the Batman vs Superman trailer shows a much more cynical world than the Donner films. The people of Metropolis don't seem to be as trusting of powerful stranger from another planet. If Snyder is mirroring modern society in the Man of Steel sequel, then let's hope that the dark days of Superman are only a temporary thing.
If you look at Snyder's films, they are dark. 300 was dark.
So he brought that to the table.
That's just the type of movie he makes.
Yeah, okay.
300 was dark. Watchmen was dark. What was the other one? With the baby doll and the girls. I got that DVD. I mean Blu-ray. The one with the dreams and stuff. Whatever, that one. All his movies are dark. He doesn't have light, fluffy movies. Come on, man. So if you want and you can't have that with Batman in it as well, because Batman is dark. So Superman is dark in this Batman movie. So it's gonna be dark. So
I'm probably one of the few people, as we said last week, I really enjoyed the last Superman movie. I thought it was
we gotta
wonderful.
watch Superman: The Quest for Peace, because you know what? Look at that.
But my favorite Superman is Christopher Reeves. And so this article proves that point.
Who directed?
When I think of Superman, I see Chris Reeve. I mean, he's the only Superman that pops into my head. Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
He was just amazing.
Amazing.
Wow. Yeah. Rest in peace. We still love you.
Amazing. There's your boy. There's your boy. Nuclear Man will hurt people. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that suit. He's got sleeveless arms.
It's all about the muscles.
It's like your mama made that suit. This is supposed to be a multi-million-dollar movie. It's like, hey, get Jenny from accounting to sew up a suit.
What year was that made?
That was the 80, because that was the fourth Superman. So that was 80. I don't even know. Let's look it up.
So Langer bangers. So your Superman can't walk? When I see Superman, I see Adam from The Flash. Lots of laugh. Sub-Z. I will hurt. Stop.
1987. People. Oh my gosh. Really? That's crazy. I didn't realize so Superman 4 came out after Return of the Jedi, after Goonies, after Gremlins 2, after freaking Terminator, the first one, after Aliens, and oh man, we have to watch that because it's just so bad. You would like it because it's about nuclear proliferation and saving the Earth. The Quest for Peace, it is. That's what it is.
That's right. The Quest for Peace.
The Quest for Peace.
Go Normie power.
So your Superman can't walk? When I see Superman, okay. People breathe in space too. Anyway, Anyway, can we move on from Superman? Because that's like next year. We don't care. I mean, this year is Star Wars, you know what I'm saying? This year is other stuff.
Okay, so go to Pac-Man's famous glitch. So, to answer TC, not to put TC on the back burner.
The Verge, great.
The very first time, and you guys tell us when you first played Pac-Man, the very first time I played Pac-Man was most definitely in a skating rink where they had like a couple of machines and everybody was fighting over them. And and there were the superstars of Pac-Man that were always on the machine. I was never very good at it.
One of the most famous glitches in gaming history is getting its very own video game. Pac-Man Level 256 glitch is returning as a menacing supervillain in a new mobile game from the makers of Crossy Road. Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The game will see you control Pac-Man as he seeks to eat as many dots, fruits, and ghosts as possible while avoiding his inevitable doom. The glitch, a storm of broken characters and symbols representing the icon Nick glitch as it ceaselessly chases down the yellow-hued hero.
That's pretty cool, right?
I guess I got
I read today. Yeah.
I'll describe it. Well, I'll put it in the thing, but I won't have any sound. Where's it? Oh, okay, there's Jupiter, chopper, chipper, chopper, 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 and inspired. Wait. Oh.
Well, everyone should be able to watch it with us.
From the creators of Crossy Road, Pac-Man as himself, Blinky Blinky Tinky, and Clyde. And the Madison Superman returns. Chappa chappa da da da. ASCII letters, the glitch.
So cute.
Oh, it's 3D. Oh, it's 3D. I don't know about that.
Coming this summer.
Whatever. Coming this click. If it were 2D Pac-Man with that, maybe. But I don't know about that. What do you got? What do you got here, Sibsy? What do you got here? Oh God, another one. Is that the same one?
SG wanted to get off the tangent. We want, yeah.
Oh no, it's not the same one. Oh, that's
awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh, I can make better freaking green screen compositing than that. Anyway, that's probably blue back in the day. Anyway,
but we can't see it.
No, I'm not playing it. I have to watch that later. The Quest for Pieces.
And then
that Pac-Man thing.
Okay, so Star Trek. William Riker. I wish we could play the video.
Riker.
Yes, because Riker was always just kind of, thrown. He was just like off to the side. So this is cute. Of course, Star Trek TV, Star Trek, not movie.
Star Trek fan gives William Riker the hilarious, strange TV show he deserves. The world has never graced.
I'll read it if you don't want to.
Your mama.
So the world was never graced with a Star Trek spin-off series devoted to Commander William Riker's escapades, but one YouTuber is giving us a tantalizing taste of what could have been. The brief pilot episode of Riker is cobbled together from The Next Generation, and it embraces the absurdity of the seminal sci-fi show to hilarious effect. Fittingly, the pilot witnesses the birth of Riker Jr. from an unexpected mate. Much to Deanna Troy's disapproval, Then again, Riker was never one to shy away from alien species.
Mm-hmm. He was literally the sex drive of what Picard should have been, because Picard was the captain. Like, if Picard were to Kirk, right? Kirk was the full package. He was a captain and he was a pimp, right? Picard was the captain. Riker was the pimp, and they were good together. That's why that show worked, because Picard and Riker were Kirk. You know what I'm saying? They just split Kirk in two characters, put him there and said, I'm the pimp, hey, I'm Riker, hey. And number one, go fast that way. He's like, all right, let me get this girlie right here from the home. All right, Captain. Yeah. And then Worf was like, I don't understand. I can't.
Oh my gosh, SG, really?
And then what's her name? I don't know. And Troy's like, oh, William.
I feel that, SG.
I feel you.
I feel it, SG. I do.
I know, 'cause I'm ESPN like that.
Those who occupy a certain strange corner of the internet might recognize this style as the work of Jan van den Hernel, who worked together with fellow video editor Andrew Hussey to make dozens of hilarious The Next Generation edits. Back in the 2000s, Riker is the first new TNG video from Hernel in nearly 5 years, and if you're a fan, you'll be glad to hear that more on the way. So can we put that link in, because I'm such a Star Trek fan, and I think we should post that, and that's definitely, I think, one that everyone should look at that is a Trekkie or a big Star Trek fan.
I'll put that in chat. Here's the link to stuff that Brigitte be talking about. The Riker Pimp link. Normie says...
I can't see it.
Normie says... Oh, okay, so is SG willing to let Bridget blindfold him and have him play the guessing game? What is the guessing game? You don't know? Guessing what? You putting stuff in my mouth or something? Like, what's that? That's a penis that tastes like a pickle. Oh, must be a pickle.
SD, I can't see chat.
Oh, you're a dummy. It would be great for the follow-up show. I don't care.
Oh, but I do. So I'll segue into my last thing for the day. So here it is.
I ate all the Cool Whip.
Normie Norm says I had Will Wheaton posters all over my wall.
Sexy Will Wheaton.
Yeah. Wow. So.
In my hands.
This very next article is very critical and iconic, so you're going to want to pull it up. And this will probably start a debate. Normie Norm says, but we would keep it clean and funny.
Question mark.
Love you, Normie.
She needs more preparation than that. She needs to gather things from the world. Like, I got all these things. I went shopping and I bought that. And she'd be like having a box. And be, what's this? Your mama's fake breast.
Oh my gosh, Langer Banger. Let's be real, it's poop. Oh my goodness.
I'm like,
I could go.
wait, let me use both hands. Let me smear it on my face. Chocolate?
This is a very critical article that you're going to want to post a link as well. And it's the 27 flavors of the Pop-Tart. This is very important article.
And the last one.
And it's all in one, SG. It's not. It's
cool.
Yeah, so you don't have to hit slide. So this is very important because SG is a Pop-Tart addict.
I'm a Pop-Tarter.
We can't read it, SG.
I can read it. Okay. We ate and ranked all 27 Pop-Tart flavors.
So tell us what your favorite Pop-Tart flavor is, you guys.
Let's see. Well, I can't really put it all in.
But if you do go all the way down, just keep scrolling down. The article continues on.
I mean down. Well, I'll read.
Yeah.
Hold up. Stop it. All right. Wait, it's cut off. I gotta read. There you go. All right. It's hard again to imagine Bob's time, but who cares? To be more accurate, I ate and ranked a staggering 27 different types of Pop-Tarts, all the ones that are on the market today, plus 2 seasonal varieties for the sake of science. Turns out Kellogg's has been busy since the first 4 flavors of P-Tarts. That sounds dirty But released back
1964.
19. Look at all them flavors, girl. Look at
This
that.
is
That's
really
the original flavor. That's the one that everybody liked the best. The strawberry with the sprinkle brinkle. Okay.
Oh yeah, strawberry with the sprinkles.
Oh, yeah.
But what I know that we have
27 unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon. And
I like that
Oh
one.
my gosh. Okay, so here's the
But
thing.
you could do the top 10, SG.
It's the top one. There was only one on that first page.
No, but you can read more. It's all the whole article's there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you, so you would be happy. Because I did right by you. So Normie Norm says, the chocolate ones gross me out. I usually like the strawberry, blueberry, and cherry.
Yo, you gotta get the cookie dough, son. Or the pumpkin.
So what's the top 10?
Printed fun sugar cookie. Oh, those are good. Printed fun
That's
sugar
26,
cookie.
so we
That's
got
good.
27.
Number 25. Brown
Let's do the
sugar
count.
cinnamon. 24. Hot fudge sundae. Pass.
Wait, what does this say? Hold on.
I don't care.
All 22 McDonald. Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
Printed fun gingerbread. Never
Okay,
had that
that's
one.
seasonal.
Never had that one.
Slower, SG, slower.
Chocolate chip cookie dough. Never had that.
I'm surprised that's at 22.
I don't like chocolate anything on my Pop
You're
Tart.
going a little
It's gotta
too
be
fast,
fruit.
SG.
Confetti cupcake. That'll work.
Have you ever had that one?
Nope. Red velvet.
I never had that.
Red velvet is fake chocolate. It's fake red. It's chocolate. but
Whole
red.
grain brown
Yeah,
sugar
no, we're
cinnamon.
I'm-
That's at 19.
Nope. Going
SG,
nutty peanut butter.
Slow down. I can't.
Nope.
I can't.
I don't want
Peanut butter
Pop-Tart.
is my
Nope.
favorite.
Oh, peanut butter and jelly strawberry Pop Tart. Oh.
Does that exist in another state?
Might have to get that one right there.
I haven't seen it. We could always order it online.
Unfrosted blueberry. Nope. It has to be frosted. Pop Tarts without frosting is heresy. How
When I
unfrosted
make
strawberry. Boo.
SG throws a fit if I don't make frosting when I make a cake for him.
Yeah, that's just blasphemy.
But I'm trying to get him healthier.
Nope. Low fat strawberry. Nope. Low fat and Pop Tart does not go together. Just saying.
Chocolate
Go nutty.
fudge. I'm kind
You
of like
skip
Normie.
go nutty chocolate peanut butter. Nope.
Sorry.
Chocolate fudge. Nope. Anything chocolate. Nope. Cookies
Okay,
and cream.
slow down. This is the top 10.
Every
Number
7 is
10.
going to be different version of brown sugar. It says Lango and Banger.
Number 10.
Normie
cookies
says,
and cream.
I just baked the best vanilla cupcakes today. Woo.
Send some over, Normie. Vanilla's my
Yeah,
favorite.
cookies and cream is all right. S'mores.
S'mores at 9.
Did I have those? I started. I don't think they were.
Number 8 is
Wa-
SG. You gotta slow
Wild
down.
Delicious Wild Berry. They're all right. The berries are like raspberry, blueberry, berry, wild berry, tangle bangleberry, whatever, dingleberry. They all taste kind of the same. They just have like different colors.
Dingleberry.
Yep.
That's poop.
You like my dingleberry?
Raspberry. Number 7.
Strawberry is always the best with the frosting, though. Cherry can kick rocks. Cherry can kick
my
rocks.
favorite. I love cherry, and SG does, and I like.
I like real cherries off of the tree with the pit in it. But that fake artificial cherry or the cherries in the jar that are super red. Nope. Don't even
This
taste like
is
cherry.
cherry. This is probably the best rating of the real, not imaginary fruit Pop Tarts. It's tart, actually tastes like a cherry. There's plenty of filling, and
Nope.
it's got good consistency. The sugar on the top's pretty unambiguous about what it is, and I like a Pop Tart with honesty.
First,
I love it. You guys, we got to put this link in. It's so cute. Number 4.
nothing
chocolate
tastes like
strawberry.
cherry except real cherries. Just saying. Chocolate strawberry. Nope. Chocolate
What?
strawberry. Nope.
Best chocolate is huge.
Chocolate chip. Nope. Wild
He's killing
Wild
me.
Delicious Wild Cherry.
Number
Nope.
2.
Double nope.
Wild cherry.
Again. Blue raspberry is number 1. Wait, this was a ranking, right? So
Yeah.
number 1 is blue raspberry.
I never in a million years would have thought blue raspberry would be the number 1. Wait, describe it. We're
It's common knowledge in my household that blue raspberry flavored things are the best things because they can be anything you want them to be.
okay.
Have you ever seen a blue raspberry? No, because blue raspberries are made up by a big flavor
Reminds me of the Smurfs.
to sell more blue 5 Lake in my imagination. I guess that's a food coloring. But that doesn't mean this made up concept isn't still delicious. This is the ultimate proof of my theory. The raspberry jelly interior is opaque, not translucent like most other fillings. It's like the slime Nintendo used to dump on those awful figure it out contestants.
Oh my god.
Except mixed with Blue 5 Lake.
That says Nickelodeon.
Didn't I say Nickelodeon? What did I say?
You said Nintendo.
I said Nintendo?
Yes,
Oh,
I swear.
Wow. I said
He
I
said
said
it's like the
Nickelodeon
slime
because
Nintendo
video
uses.
games.
And
Nickelodeon.
it's Nintendo.
Anyway, the filling is on the tangy side, just like the blue raspberry should be, and has a strong and more distinctive flavor. And I'm so tired. I don't care anymore.
My favorite Pop-Tart is definitely, I have to say, I'm going to go with the strawberry. And typically, I could eat it plain, though. I like it plain. Strawberry with no frosting. Bridget's favorite.
The plain, boring,
Plain and boring right here.
frosting strawberry. That's just the regular. I could eat it whenever. That if you get a chance, get that that cookie, not the cookie dough. What was it?
Confetti?
No, it was number 20. Sugar cookie. Printed fun sugar cookie. I don't care about the printings because they had some stupid.
I know, and a lot of
But
times they melt it away and you can't see what
here's
it
the thing.
is.
If you like sugar cookies, you would like this because it tastes like sugar cookie Pop-Tart. Sugar cookie. It's good. And I usually put whipped cream on them. Balls are sticking together. All right. Actually,
You did not just
That's my
do
theme
that,
song.
SG, on the show.
I did. Yeah, I did.
There
Anyway,
is a limit.
Look, we got 5 minutes left. Up next is Knuckleball Radio starring R9cast.
Put that link in. It's
Put
a
that
beautiful
link in the
link.
link.
Pop-Tart link.
You're a
that's
Pop-Tart link.
fun. It's fun. Fun stuff to
Your
talk
face is
about.
fun.
Last week I talked about Coca-Cola. Didn't think it was gonna go really well, and it was a really big thing. People got in on the conversation.
It was a success.
It really was.
Because it sucked. But yeah, that's the show. Bye. Let me turn this off here. Oh,
Do
steam
you
is
hear
over.
something outside?
Yep, they're stealing your car.
What's that noise, SG?
Your brain
Yeah. It's
making
my-
problems work.
Yeah.
Can you smell the fire burning too? Smell the wood burning?
Langer Banger wants us to do
You
the
forget the
Oreo
one.
list next week.
Oh boy, they've done that already.
We'll have to. I'll try to locate it, honey.
Fine. Okay, so here's the new show. We got Relationship Corner with the corny Bridget, the corn queen, the corn maiden Bridget, and we have Cookie Talk, Confection Connection, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, that's good. Confection Connection, alliteration. What's that?
I'm gonna high five you. Ow!
Power, baby. Sorry. Yeah, I guess we could do. Oreo has like 1,000 flavors though. We can go through them though. But yeah, up next is gonna be Normie Norm. Usually Freeman Daddy, and So Doing. But I think they're out grilling steaks or something, or shooting off.
They're
fireworks.
family men.
They're family men. So what you saying that Bridget ain't a family man?
Did you say
Yeah.
Bridget ain't a family man?
Bridget? Did I say Bridget? I meant Normie. See, I say things and I say the word Bridget, but I meant Normie because that's what my brain says.
No, she's not. She's a family woman.
Yeah. Langer, one banger next week, dude. Right? Real Mother Flower Hour with SG.
She's
Doing
gonna.
it easy with SG. I will have to call you SG and Bridget B. Yeah. Yes, you
Okay.
will have to call us. But that's all right.
I can-
But take your time. You don't have to rush. You don't have to
Yeah,
be
I
on
can
time.
probably
I'll-
make it an hour for you, Norm. I'll be happy to do that.
I'll just keep it rolling. I would have to change the title on the Twitchy. Hopefully, I can do that without.
So we're gonna
breaking
do a
stuff.
little changing of the guard here.
Yeah, I mean, we got a few minutes left. We got 3 minutes left. How's she just gonna drink out my cup, son?
I told you at the beginning of the show, if we were gonna go long, you had to share the apple juice.
Bullshit, man, that's some bullshit. Super duper endoscopy hour. I don't have a camera small enough for my.
Oh my gosh, but you should have seen the time that the ear, nose, and throat specialist before SG's tonsils got ripped out a couple years
I
ago.
wish we would have recorded that. Did you have a phone? You could have recorded
That
the
was
screen.
such an ordeal.
He put a
I
camera
would
in
pass
my
out
nose
for sure.
and down my throat. It was in my nose, right?
Yeah.
He sprayed something. And I was like, okay.
It hurt.
It was uncomfortable. It didn't hurt. It was just like once you
That's
get past,
insane.
there's like a threshold, like in your nose, like right about here. Once anything gets past there, it's like, what are you doing? And then it was just like a string, like a long spaghetti booger right there.
I would choke. I couldn't handle that.
You would. You'd be like, like that. I'm like, are you okay, bitch? Are you okay? You're like, yeah, she's fine. She's just stupid. That's okay. Don't worry, Doc. Just take the pictures, Doc. Just do it. Trademarked. Yeah. Yeah. So.
So what we have to do, we have to go out and come back in, and then she needs to call us.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll whatchamacallit. I'm gonna stop this stream and then change the title for the All Games Twitch. And then I'm gonna keep the All Games Twitch going because I'm gonna stop the All Games Twitch and I'll start it again. That way we'll have a separate hour for Norm. I wish I had a graphic for Knuckleballer though. That would help. But I'll change the title so it says Knuckleballer Radio and stuff on there.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. As you know, I was out for 4 weeks, came back last week. The honor is all mine, you guys. I just love this network and am so happy to do our show. So thank you all so much. And then we'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I got some. Oops. See if I got something to play real quick. I'll play this real quick. Is it playing? I think it's playing. I don't hear it though. Yeah, it's okay. That's weird. Stuff just don't work. Anyway, I'm not playing it no more. Stop that. All right, y'all.